Okay, folks, this is take 3 of showing how I use Claude to help develop applications. So in this directory, we have a PRD. In this repository, we have a PRD. There are no issues created, no releases created, nothing other than the docs, which only contains the PRD, and a license file along with the git ignore. So the first thing we want to do is we want to evaluate the PRD. So evaluate the PRD and create a comprehensive, well, if I can spell, and I can't spell, comprehensive list of issues based off the PRD and create GitHub issues for implementation. So we want to try to implement implementations. We want to create a roadmap essentially for this implementation based off the PRD. So it's going to read the PRD to understand the full scope of the project. It's going to check the existing repo structure and see if there's any existing issues to avoid duplicates. It will not find any because I've deleted the previous ones. It's going to think. And it's going to probably think for about, 2 to 5 minutes or something like that. So we're about 1 minute in. We've burned through about 2,000 tokens at this point. These are input tokens, not output tokens. Okay, it's thoroughly reviewed the PRD. It's going to create a list of GitHub milestones for each phase and then create all the issues. It's going to set up milestones first. There should be 4 of them, 4 phases: foundation, core inventory, tasting and analytics, polish and deploy. Obviously, I did delete the previous milestones. So it's going to create somewhere between 20 and 30 GitHub issues for us. And this should probably take, 5 to 7 minutes, more or less. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 may have created 5 issues. Let's refresh. Yep, 5 issues. And we can take a look at the issues, and we can see the first issue is issue 59. Set up mono repo scaffolding with NPM workspaces, and in there's a list of requirements, the project structure, acceptance criteria, and links back to the references. So we're up to 8 issues right now. It's implemented or created all the phase 1 issues. It's now creating phase 2 issues. And if you look at the actual issues, it's separated by different labels like back end versus front end, the priority, and the type, feature, setup, and so on and so forth. We're up to 13 issues right now. We are now up to 15 issues. Like I said, it should create between 20 and 28. I'm not exactly sure. It's on to phase 3 issues, creating them. So we're about halfway done. And we're up to 17 issues. And once again, we've been working for about almost 6 minutes, and we burned through about 18,500 input tokens. 20 issues created, 6 minutes, 19,100 input tokens. It should move on to creating phase 4 issues shortly. We're up to 23 issues. And we have completed phase 3 issue creation, and it's now creating all the issues for phase 4. We're up to 26 issues created in about 7.5 minutes and 22,000 input tokens used. Yeah, this is a React app. It's a React application with a SQLite backend, full unit integration and functional test, running on a GCP VM under Nginx. It's creating an issue for setting up production deployment pipeline using GitHub Actions. We are at 29 issues, a little over 8 minutes, and 25,000 input tokens burned through. We are at 31 issues. So I originally said 20 to 30. It looks like it's going to be over. Once the issues are created, we will create a comprehensive roadmap based off of these issues. Okay, it looks like it may be finishing. Okay, there we go. It is outputted. Phase 1 is, it created 33 total issues across 4 milestones. Phase 1 foundation is 9 issues starting at 59. Core inventory is 8 issues. Phase 3, tasting and analytics, is 7 issues. And finally, the polish and deploy is 9 issues. Each issue includes detailed requirements, acceptance criteria, and PRD references. They're organized by milestone to match the PRD's phase delivery plan weeks 1 through 2, all the way 7 through 8. So we're going to take a look at the issues. We're going to go to the first issue, which is set up mono repos scaffolding with NPM workspaces. But before we do that, we can tell it to start working on phase 1, and it'll go through the 7 or 8 issues. 9 issues as part of phase 1, but we're going to short circuit this. We're going to cut it down. So the first thing we want to do is we want to generate a comprehensive roadmap. Based off all open GitHub issues. And this should create roadmap.md and docs. So this helps give us, on top of the issues, it also gives us clear direction on what's important and why it's important. And it's taking its sweet time to think about this. We want to allow edits to roadmap.md. And it started to create roadmap.md. And if we preview that, it's broken down by phases, quick overview, dependency graphs, and so on and so forth, right? All of this will be available in the repo for future review. So we're going to go ahead and close the preview down. So instead of starting implementing phase 1, I want to update the README with the workflow of create PRD, generate GitHub based off the PRD, and generate a comprehensive roadmap based off of GitHub issues. And this is going to just create a README file that basically describes what we've done so far. Okay, we can see it's created the README. Look at the preview. Talks about what it is, the project planning workflow, and what we've done so far today. Okay, let's go ahead and close that. Let's commit and push all of these details. Well, let's go here. And we can see the README in all its glory, so to speak. Okay, so once again, we can start working on phase one, but instead we're going to go up to issues. We're going to look at the first issue, which I believe is issue number 59. Yep, set up monorepo scaffolding, issue 49. We're going to say implement GitHub issue number 59. It's now reviewing issue 59 and coming up with a plan to design the implementation approach. So now it's thought, now it's designing the plan for implementation. We're about a minute in, close to a minute in, with 2,000 tokens. We're about 2 minutes in, 2,500 input tokens burned through. We are 3 minutes in with about 2,600 input tokens used.
Democrats must recognize that.
And this should take probably between 5 to 7 minutes, I would imagine. Okay, it has a comprehensive plan. It's going to write the final plan and present it. Okay, so it's written a detailed plan. It provides us context, the files that are going to change, the workspace, 3 new files, the apps API workspace, 3 new files, apps web, 3 new files. It's going to set up the scaffolding directories to get keep files, key decisions, npm packages, and an execution order. It also provides verification, and it's written up the plan is ready to execute. We're going to go ahead and say execute. And this, once again, will take somewhere between 5 to 7 minutes. You can see over here, it's already started creating the directory structure. We've got apps, data, packages, and scripts that are newly created. Okay, so it's already finished creating the directory structure and get keep files. We're working on all the package.json files, which it just completed. Now it's writing the tsconfig files and sorts placeholders. It is now writing the dot files and environment configs. It is now installing dependencies and write ESLint configs. And at this point, we're only 2 minutes in with 2.3 thousand tokens, input tokens used. Okay, so 5 out of the 6 phases are done. Now it's verifying all acceptance criteria. Several errors, but it'll auto-correct. It's verifying now. And it tells us that it's all done. And it provides us a summary of what was implemented. The scaffolding is complete. All acceptance criteria pass. It gives us a reading of that. It tells us it created 17 new files. One was updated. So at this point, what we want to do is create a pull request So I've got a Claude command for creating pull requests. That will be linked in the README on what that's doing and how to utilize it. It'll probably create, I don't know, 5 or 6 commits as part of this PR. It is switching to a new branch off of main so that we don't pollute main. Have to go here. Let's open up a new Chrome window because I'm logged into Chrome. And it looks like it's created our PR, 3 commits. The scaffolding, the ESLint, and format existing docs. So we can go to the pull request. We can take a look at it. It's got a summary. It's got a list of changes. It's got a test plan. For now, we're just going to check every one of those off. You notice that it does close issue 59, which is what we asked it to implement. And then we're going to go ahead and merge the pull request. We're going to delete the branch. We can go back to code, refresh, or reload. Now we're down to 32 issues out of 33. We still have no release created. We still got a little bit of work to do. So one of the things we want to do is we want to update the roadmap. And once again, this is another Claude command I've written to add to changelog to create a running changelog for every pull request. It's a command, but it's also considered a skill. So now it's creating the actual changelog.md. And we can see that it created it right here, what was added. It's based off semantic versioning. It's based off keep a changelog. Now that we've done that, let's commit and push. We could create a changelog, but let's just push it directly to main. It determined that there was a roadmap MD merge conflict. It's going to resolve it automatically for me. I don't know about you, but merge conflicts can be a giant pain in the keister. We're about a minute in and about 2,000 tokens in. Actually resolved everything. Now it's committing and pushing. So we see here there's 29 commits in this repository right now. So if we do a quick reload, we're up to 30 commits because it just pushed all the changes to include the changelog. And we can see everything that was added with the 0.10 release. And now, instead of working on number 60 next, which is what it wants us to do, we want to create a GitHub release for this. And it should read changelog in the roadmap to push the right number out. And there we go. Create release 0.1.0. Release created. If I reload here, we can see version 0.1.0 mono repo scaffolding. I can click on that, and it's got everything that came out of the changelog. And that's my basic workflow. I can now start implementing issue 60, implement the rest of phase 1. I can ask it certain things like, what's next to implement based on priority? Don't forget we do have a dependency graph in play here, and it will take that into consideration. So there we go. Based on the roadmap, these issues are now unblocked. And it's asking, do we want to start on this? 61 and 64 are the biggest value. They unblock the most downstream work, 62 and 63, and 65. So this is my Claude code workflow. It works for me. It might not work for you. Hopefully you can all take something away from this, and hopefully you enjoyed it. Thank you so much.